Yeah, we're good now. We got it now. It's
Okay,
fine.
sweet, sweet. Worked out
It's
all
all
the kinks
good.
for fun. We're good.
We
We're
did.
chilling.
We
We're
got
chilling.
there in the end. I still have to munch
Yeah,
on
we
some
did.
chips. I got some crumbs. Oh, that's
Valid. Listen, listen. My snack of choice for the day, I went ahead. I've got some dried mangoes. So it's like fruit jerky, but like but like delicious.
quickly ran and turned my fan off so that doesn't come through the mic. But we're here.
Valid.
We're here.
Okay.
We got ourselves somewhat of a new setup.
Yep.
We have my chat down below, and then over there we have Hydra's chat, which is great.
Ooh.
Are we ready to go? We ready to go? We're ready to get started?
I
Ready
think so. I think so. Yeah.
to yap for like an
Uh,
hour and a half about stuff?
about OSL, about Golden Apple.
Yeah.
So
Let's start for the
I
top.
guess
Hello,
yeah.
I'm welcome back to the Words of Albion Greenroom podcast. I'm Spiritedbook, joined here by my goat. Introduce yourself.
What's up? What's good? Yeah, I'm about to. Yeah, yeah. What's up, everybody? I'm Hydra, formerly known as Hydra. I have multiple heads. I have a twin brother. It's all fun. It's a fun play on words. Um, I am historically I've been the captain of Warriors of Albion, Athens. This season I'm not. But right now I'm also coaching for these Warriors of Albion Sparta team. And then Spirit Book over here. Yep, there we go. Is the captain currently for the Warriors of Albion Sparta team. And we're gonna be talking about Golden Apple is like the preliminary tournament for this week. It's like a kickoff tournament for the league. And we're gonna be talking about every division a little bit. We're gonna be talking about Sparta in depth. But I think we start from Athens first, right?
Yeah, so we do have some housekeeping to do real quick. Some upkeep, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
So starting from the top, obviously last week was our first episode. This week we're running it back with episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Last week was a huge success. A lot of people said we got a lot of positive feedback on the first episode. Everyone said they liked it. It was great. So looking to continue that this week. You can find us on currently my YouTube channel, which is at Spirited Book on YouTube. You can also find us on Spotify at the Warriors of Albion Green Room podcast on Spotify. So we're there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping to add us to other different places this week, stuff like iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, or whatever, all those different podcasting platforms. Hoping to do that later this week for our future episodes and whatnot.
Yep, yep.
Obviously, I recommend watching it on YouTube just because you can watch the video format, and we're going to be doing tier list stuff. That's the best kind of way to follow along with us is so on the YouTube channel. But also, we completely understand if you're more of an audio consumer and just prefer to listen to this in the vehicle and whatnot.
Exactly.
Moving on, more upkeep from last week. We completely forgot to mention this. Welcome to the world of ADHD within my head, where I wanted to mention this but completely forgot.
Valid, yeah.
Shoutouts to Godsend's announcement, which was posted last week regarding what occurred and obviously the loss of a member of the OSL community. Shoutouts to Penguin Pimp, who unfortunately passed away. Very sad news, as is any news like that when involving like a community. We are a pretty close, tight-knit community at OSL. Everyone kind of knows someone to an extent, both in and outside the game. And hearing this was very sad to hear. And so very, very happy and honored just to talk about a little bit of the accolades that Godsend mentioned in their announcement post. Season 1 of OSL tied for third place in Crete on the Flaming Tanukis. Season 2 captained the crew and was voted the best Crete support by his following peers. OSL Season 3 also captained for the crew Crete team and voted the second best Crete solo by his peers, so a multi-role prodigy. And then OSL Season 4 made it to the Ascension in Delphi as a member of the Wailing Banshees. So obviously went from being just a member, going to captaining for 2 years, and then moving up in the ranks as an improved player in the higher ranking division above what they previously played, which is truly fantastic accolades that you love to see out of a player like that. And then obviously, not sure of all the details just yet of how this award is going to work, but in honor of Penguin Pimp and their passing, there's a new accolade that will be awarded to a player who shows the most improvement throughout the season, and they will be awarded the very important Penguin Award, also known as the VIP Award, will be given to players who showed significant improvement throughout the course of a season. Whether this is through an improvement in actual gameplay mechanics, stepping up and being a better teammate, or creating a better experience in the game for their team, we will award a player for each division with this award in honor of a longtime community member, Penguin Pimp. So yeah, obviously very upsetting to hear of this passing. Didn't personally know him, but always sad to see in a community like this, in the competitive community, when you hear news like this, it's never a good time, and very happy to see them being honored in such a way that benefits the community in a positive way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, basically, just like tying it back to everything you said, I think a lot of people that knew Penguin Pimp really, really rocked with this guy. Everyone, you're not gonna find anybody that was like, hey, like he was like a terrible person or anything. Everyone's gonna just be like, hey, like he was a joy to be around, like he's a joy to talk to and stuff like that. And I think OSL doing what they've done for this season. If you go to like the Discord like header thing and you click on it, you see like a penguin in it now, which is really cool. All of the tributes, all the shouts that they've been doing for Penguin Pimp, I think have been phenomenal. I think it's all been very tasteful as well, and I think that anybody that has been involved with it deserves, big kudos. So big thank you to everyone that was involved with, honoring such an awesome person. And big shout out to the community of OSL that's been like kind of rallying behind this. People that have either been like behind the scenes, reaching out to people, trying to make stuff happen to honor Penguin Pip, I think is fantastic. So, just big shouts to everybody involved for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Now after the sad news, always very sad to talk about, but ultimately we can move on and talk about what happened this past Sunday. Obviously, the first week of OSL has officially begun here. Just want a quick note as well. Shout outs to all the fellow Canadians. Happy Canada Day. Wearing my Canada 150 shirt. Happy Canada Day. And then obviously happy 4th of July coming up, I believe on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So shout outs to that.
Americans. Let's get it.
And but ultimately Golden Apple was this past Sunday. And I guess let's talk a bit about what kind of went on. We want to start with Athens, right?
Yeah, I think Athens probably is.
Okay.
We'll start with Athens. Do you want to go from like the very first like round matchups, or do you want to start from like finals, work your way backwards?
Let's start with like round one here. I got this cool little. We got this cool new system set up here that we get to look at here. So we get to look at we get to look at the brackets and whatnot. We started off the day first round. Obviously, because there are 2 less teams, I believe it is, in Athens. Kitsune and the crew had a bye round into the second round. I believe it's Kitsune, if I'm not mistaken. No,
I think it was Royal Jesters and crew actually.
Yes, Royal Jesters and crew.
Yep.
Yes, that is correct. Had bye rounds and started out in the second round. But moving on to round one, we had Foo Fighters facing off against La Jungla. La Jungla take that one. And these are all best of ones, by the way. Big Scary Dargans versus Kitsune. Kitsune end up winning that one. Blood Wardens versus Warriors of Albion. Warriors of Albion, the boys cooked. They win that one. They looked good.
True.
Renown had a phenomenal performance. Love to see that. Fallen Angels versus Skogs. Skogs end up winning that one. Going Ghosts versus Kittens with Mittens. Mittens win that one. And then the Bards College and Wailing Banshees, and Wailing Banshees win that one. Is there any like matchups here where you kind of like were surprised went the way they did, out of curiosity?
Okay, so as you guys know, I'm on the team Big Scary Dargans. I'm a sub for that team, and they were winning that game, 99% of that game. And then one bad fight happens, and you know what happens in one bad fight in Smite? You lose the game. So, I think that game was a little bit unfortunate to see them go down in the first round so early, but they did look good. Namely, they had the first pick of the season, Valo, and he played phenomenally. I think in the set, I think the whole team played very, very well. So just because they end up getting first round, I don't think that's gonna be like, you shouldn't really underestimate that team there. I think something similar can be said for a lot of the teams in the first round, but we'll talk about them, I think, later. So.
Yeah, for sure. Moving on to round two, we saw La Jungla take on Royal Jesters, who had that bye round. La Jungla ended up winning that one. Warriors of Albion faced off against Kitsune. Warriors of Albion cook again and beat out on against Kitsune.
Yep.
Crew versus Skogs. Skogs end up winning. And then KWM versus Banshees. The boys, we're talking SDF, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. That's that team. David and the boys end up cooking.
Yep.
Take down the unstoppable Snatty roster. And
the air quotes unstoppable Snatty roster.
Air quotes unstoppable Snatty roster, and end up winning that one. Love to see that. And they move on, and that's round two. I don't think there's much to talk about there, but we can keep moving on, I think.
Yeah.
Lahungla take on
Oh,
Warriors.
actually, there is something really fun to talk about.
All right, go for it. Go for it.
So in the Kids Women's versus Wailing Banshees game, that game, I'm not gonna lie, if you peeked into that game at any point before 40 minutes, you thought that game was a lost cause. You thought Kingsman was gonna win that thing. But shout out to the mid laner for Wailing Banshees, Dest. On a Yu Huang performance, looking absolutely clinical, by the way. Had people saying, "Oh my gosh, this guy's like busted. He's insane." Made the character look insanely OP. Literally dragged his team back into the game and won the game for them. They wanted to lose and he said no thank you. So honestly, just shout out to Dest there for playing just very, very clean smite, honestly.
Nice. Okay. And then we move on to the next round, which is Lahungla versus Warriors of Albion. I did watch the Warriors of Albion games for Athens. They were pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
This one they definitely did not look as well in.
Yeah.
They kind of
I had to watch this one back.
Yeah. So, they kind of won some games or won some fights, but couldn't get enough off of it to really matter, I think. And then they end up kind of looking a little.
I was going to talk about this game
lost.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, like this game. This game was Warrior of Albion, Athens' worst game of the day by far. The third place game didn't look nearly as bad, obviously. They ended up winning that game, spoiler alert. But against Lahungla, which I think was a team that a lot of people underestimated coming into the event because of the people that are on the roster. That roster is going to be comprised of Mandos, the captain, Mr. Sneaky for Gozen, Cosmic Vibes, who was a Sparta support last season, Justin Hu, Liz Frazier, and Kyber. So not as much name power as people typically would associate with an Athens roster, and then you have names like talking Warriors Albion, you have Not a Valve Game, NMR, Swagga, Dr. Dilf, Pun Install, Como Doggo renamed to Renown, Dummy Slick. So you have more name power, I think, on the Warriors Albion roster there. So maybe it was just them underestimating their competition. Maybe that's what got the best of them. But I will say, the draft in that game, they gave them Medusa top pick, and then. Yeah, it was unlucky, and then they said, "Hey, you know what? Let's get some gems today. Let's win our third place game," and they kind of locked in again. So, but I will say, Lahungla looked really, really good. I don't think anyone expected that roster to look that good coming into the event. So shout out to them for putting in the work and looking as good as they do. And also shout out to Warriors of Albion. You guys had a fantastic run, obliterated the competition, proving most of the people in Athens, who were saying some of those picks on that roster were going to be a little bit weaker. They really showed some good strengths in that roster, I think. So kudos to everybody in that semifinals matchup.
Yep. And so we move on to our final round. Skogs end up beating out against Banshees. And so Skogs definitely was the team, I think, of the tournament. They faced Lahungla in the finals, and I believe they end up winning, if I'm not mistaken.
They do end up winning, yeah.
I just had the match report open. I mean, this is the Gabe Ethan roster, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Now, I will say, a lot of people, they didn't know what roles. Yeah, Gabe played mid, exactly. I said it last week on the podcast. I said if Gabe Ethan plays mid, this might be one of the best teams, just period. But, there were some rumors going around that maybe Wake was going to play mid, Gabe was going to play jungle. Wake was playing ADC, actually, so he's still off-rolling. But he looked he looked like he was playing ADC for years. He looked so comfortable in his role. Gabe Ethan was doing Gabe Ethan things. Crojo was very, very solid in support. HG Clutch had a very, very good performance. So, but Skogs looked phenomenal. And they ended up taking home the win, which was insane. They looked really good. But again, it wasn't a complete blowout, not to shit on Lahungla. Lahungla, I think, had a really good game.
Except Mr. Sneaky. That guy went 3-8, surely. No.
True. Those are impact kills, man. He was an impact jungler that game, bro. Utility jungler.
True.
Yeah. But I think the Lahungla roster, walking out of the event, you guys end up getting second. But you're looking better than anyone thought that roster was gonna look. Frankly, coming into the season, I think you impressed a lot of people coming into the event. So if I'm Lahungla, I'm happy and I'm excited for regular season.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams are. That is the Athens bracket. With that, we can, I believe, move on to the next round, which was we're going to skip over Sparta briefly and go cover the Delphi one because we're going to go more in depth on Sparta specifically. Let's talk about. Can't be throwing shade at my boy Sneaky like that, bro. I love Sneaky. Sneaky's the GOAT.
Bro, impact jungler.
Impact jungler. Let's talk about Delphi. We saw Kitsune versus the Warriors of Albion. Warriors of Albion get first rounded. Unfortunate for the boys of the Booper.
Unlucky.
Of the big Booper. He gets first rounded.
Yep.
I don't know what the T is with that. I haven't had a chance to talk with Booper about that yet. But they unfortunately end up losing that one. They get first rounded. Skogs versus Food Fighters. Food Fighters win that one. Heart Showers versus Vhagar. Heart Showers win there.
Yeah.
KWM versus RJ. KWM wins there. Blood Wardens going Ghost. Blood Wardens win that one. Crew versus Lahungla. The Crew win that one. Bard's College versus Wailing Banshees. Banshees win in there. Big Scary Dargans versus Fallen Angels. And Big Scary Dargans take the win against them Fallen Angels. I think Warriors of Albion, Sparta not showing up, I think, is the only question mark for me. Apparently, I'm not a big like Delphi knower, but apparently I was told that this roster was gonna cook, and I don't know.
They in fact got cooked.
Yeah,
so.
they kind of got cooked, unfortunately.
Yeah, I will say, I mean, to be fair, it's a best of one tournament. And a lot of people in any division can say like, hey, like, you know,
This is true.
first round cope, you know, best of one, we win that best of three any day. So, but I will say, I think this roster, Warriors Albion Delphi roster is still really, really promising. I don't think they have anything to really be worried about for the regular season as long as they put the work in, but, you know, get some reps in. I think they'll be fine. I do think that the two finalists of this division, Kinsman Mittens and Big Scary Dargans, looked really good. Underclass hero, namely, is the captain for Kinsman Mittens in Delphi. And, you know, people have been doubting his performance, his ability to perform, saying that he deserved to be in Crete. Well, guess what? He ends up, you know, putting on a pretty good show, I think, in Golden Apple. And Big Scary Dargans has been HQ. That's been HQ's roster. They all end up looking pretty solid as well. So, you know, nothing really insane to talk about, I think, except for, you know, our boys getting first rounded. But other than that, go Delphi.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's kind of it. I mean, we can briefly go through this. Food Fighters beat Kitsune in the next round. KWM beat Heart Showers. Crew beat Blood Wardens. Scary Dargans beat Banshees. Move on to the next round. KWM beat Food Fighters. Big Scary Dargans beat the Crew. And then you said KWN won that one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe they ended up winning.
Yeah.
Let me just double check that.
We're going to double check the match reports. Classic OSL. They didn't actually...
I know. No, I was wrong. Big Scary Dargans won that.
Dargans won that one.
Yeah, because Tanukis / Big Scary Dargans have like always won the Delphi division.
Wait a minute. Shoutouts to Puppy. Honestly, dude, shoutouts to Puppy for winning that one. Guy was actually in my Sifu and I's rank games the morning of Golden Apple, talking the maddest crap ever to us.
Oh, he was
about how
cooking
so
that.
much better he was than us, but he's playing in Delphi, man. Surely not.
Man.
Honestly, Delphi, as soon as they realize that Puppy's just an AMC one trick, maybe people will figure it out. We'll see.
Make a tier list or something. Stay tuned for that. We're making tier list later.
We will be making a tier list later.
Tier list will be getting made.
Tier list is at the end of the night. That's Delphi. Let's move on to Crete. To round out the general recaps, we got ourselves Kitsune versus Blood Warden, Skogs versus Bards. Kitsune won against Blood Warden. Bards won against Skogs. Lahungla won against Ghost. Fallen Angels won against Banshees. Heart Showers beat the Crew. Vhagar beat Warriors of Albion's. Majin and the boys also get first rounded.
Unlucky.
Big Sag. Yeah, not much to say about that one. RJ beat Food Fighters. Majin said, okay, I will say. Majin, I chatted with him yesterday after the sets. He sounded very upset and annoyed that they ended up losing, especially because they had really good scrims going into the day. And they just weren't able to convert, from my understanding, which hopefully they can figure out very soon.
It happens.
Yeah, you'd know, wouldn't you?
Oh, wow. Listen.
Moving on. RJ take down Food Fighters, and Big Scary Dargans took on KWM and took them down as well. Round 2, moving on. Kitsune took down the Bard's College. Lahungla took down Fallen Angels. Vhagar's taking down the Heart Showers, ripping their hearts in half.
True.
RJ slay some dragons, or Dargans in this case.
True.
Kitsune take down the Lahungla in the semifinals. Again, these are all best of ones. I feel like best of ones, you expose a lot of teams for like, just in general, you expose a lot of teams for like their misgivings, for their draft errors, or their meta changes that just aren't accurate. A lot of stuff like that.
I think it was I think a lot of these runs were, half the bracket was very competitive, the other half was pretty quick and then got competitive at the end of the day. So just depends.
RJ took down Vhagar And then finals, we saw Kitsune face off against RJ, and Kitsune took that one with the W. And Fagard take down Lahungla due to an FF, which honestly, a lot of the third place matches were just FFs, unfortunately.
Yeah. Some people just don't care about getting gems like that, you know? Like they're like, oh, we can't be first, so we don't care about being third, you know?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. There were still gems on the line, which weren't a lot, but still, man. Like,
yeah,
gotta acquire the gems.
I think I'd rather still play the matchup just to see like how my team stacked up, you know. But
yeah,
some people don't want to do that.
It's
I mean, I do get it's been a
scrim.
long day for like most of these teams, so yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's Crete. Are we ready to tackle the big one? The Sparta
yeah, sure.
one?
I think so. I'll quickly note the Royal Jesters Crete team went on an absolute tear. They had to wait 45 minutes between rounds 2 and 3 because they won their game so quickly.
Dang.
So good. You know, shoutouts to them. Shoutouts to Royal Jesters Crete. And they ended up getting second place because they got backdoored by Split Push Apollo. So
nice.
yeah. So way to bring it home, guys. Way to bring it home. But,
No other way to lose a Crete finals, to be honest, than getting backdoored by Split Pushing
Apparently,
Apollo.
the guy was slamming Apollo in like every single one of his games, and it just worked. So
That's crazy.
yeah, me personally, I wouldn't let that slide. I only get backdoored once and remember it. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah. Never again. Once you get backdoored once, you never let it happen again.
You never forget it. You never forget it.
True. Okay. Sparta. Let's talk about the big one. We're here to talk about Sparta. Top of the bracket, me and the boys versus KWM. This was a good set. This was a good game. You were MIA. That's okay. It happens.
I was late, dude. Traffic.
surely traffic. Yeah, I mean, LGD Fish and the boys, they came to knock on our door, and we just kind of slammed it in their face, I think, a lot. We played really well. Zexy had a phenomenal day. We'll get more about Zexy in a bit. But yeah, me and the boys played really well, I thought, game one, and I thought today would be our hardest matchup. I was somewhat right. We'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, this was definitely a tough team, and we, I think, came out strong with a good draft plan and a good game plan in general, and we ended up taking down the KWM pretty early on, which honestly, shout outs to the AP polls for being wrong once again when it comes to us.
Yeah, I don't know what people were thinking with the Wars Albion roster, because half the division was convinced like, oh my god, it's a god squad, and the other half was like, they're okay.
Yeah.
And then like the small minute portion where they're like, oh yeah, they're just dog shit. So.
Yeah, I mean, you know, same old players will be like, oh yeah, these guys are dog shit. Like, they're not as good as me, therefore their team as a whole is just bad. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. We kind of cooked, man. We kind of just absolutely cooked most of this day. And yeah, it happens, man. We saw Skogs take on Wailing Banshees. Skogs end up winning that one despite being baconless, which I think tells you how much trouble this Wailing Banshees draft might be in. Just because I feel like Banshees were supposed to be a good team, and the way they kind of got absolutely shat on, I think, just kind of tells you that they just were not competitive the way you would like them to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like I really can't add anything. Like you knocked it out of the park. Yeah.
I mean, we'll get to more about like the ramifications of some of these first round of teams in a bit. But yeah, I think that Skogs ended up beating them despite no bacon, and it unfortunately didn't seem that close. And there were definitely some major issues on Banshees.
Yeah. Exactly.
Lahunga take on Fallen Angels. Fallen Angels win that one. Lahunga coming in as a team that everyone kind of thought was going to be a bit of a super team, quote unquote, a team that maybe was a little better. You got the likes of Death Guy, Zero,
Cornicle.
Starry, Cornicle, Arrow finally starting. Love to see that. And once again, I think just falling a little bit short to a team that clearly just had a bit more synergy over them and seemed to click a little better than them. And they end up losing that one to Fallen Angels, which is like Gatto and the boys, which I'm glad Gatto's doing well.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Gatto didn't get first round. I love Gatto. I'll love to see him succeed.
Yep.
But you know, seeing Death Guy being such a highly prioritized pick, I think a lot of people put a lot of respect on his name. going out first round, everyone's like, "Oh man, is this guy washed?" And then everyone's remember, "Oh, it's a best of one tournament. He's fucking."
Well, exactly. I think I think some of these matchups, like, I don't even know how many of these teams have actually scrimmed or not. I know there's a lot of scrims happening later on in the week that a lot of people were looking for scrims.
Yeah.
And so, like,
I think it's like that across a lot of divisions as well. Like I know Athens, there's half the teams that didn't scrim, half the teams scrimmed 5 times in a week. I'm looking at UKWM.
Yeah, that was wild.
But like, yeah, that's actually insane, by the way. But yeah, like, so I think it's just an early tournament like this isn't gonna be like, oh, like your roster's cooked. Some captains might feel that way. We'll talk about that later. But yeah. But overall, I think it's just like if you're doing well, it's like a cool litmus test to see like your kind of chemistry and stuff like that going forward. So
yeah. We move on. Kitsune versus Bards. Kitsune ended up winning this one, which I was kind of a little surprised by how far Kitsune went. But I'll also say, like, the Bards team was just like, in my opinion, it wasn't gonna work. Like from the moment we scrimmed them, I'm like, this is not a good team. And they look really lost right now, and I think that's
the Bud, Adora, Skizzy, Wobble, Onk roster.
Yes, indeed, and they look a little lost right now, and I think they got kind of smoked a little bit, which it happens, man. But I think some members on that team will never say it was their fault, but I think they should try to look inward a little bit. To maybe try and seek some proper answers, but I don't know.
I'm on Bards now. I turned it around. My goat, it's doomed.
Truly. Okay. Moving on. We got Food Fighters versus Heart Showers. I officially confirmed it's Heart Showers, by the way, not Showers.
It's Heart Showers.
It's Showers, not Showers.
Not Showers. I feel like Showers is better.
Yeah, because then you have like you could do the whole like, oh yeah, the heart on my sleeve type
like
deal.
I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah,
like, I have nothing to hide. Like
I have nothing to hide. I'm a very honest person. Excuse me, a very honest person.
Surely we just we ask them to change their name. Between weeks. There's no spelling change, just pronunciation, please.
Yeah, make them rebrand officially. That's some proper like marketing skills right there. It's like the
I'm
whole
making
shtick.
A formal inquiry.
There you go.
To Heart Showers. Please rename to Heart Showers. It goes so much harder.
It's so good, man. It's so good. Heart Showers end up taking the fight to Food Fighters. Kick their butts. Airhead went 11-0-4 on a Zhongqi mid, which honestly, Zhongqi kind of a cooker right now.
It's cooking.
But I mean, this was like the Hunter, Mood, Tovomosaurus, American Tangents, Yoshikira roster.
Yeah.
I think they were missing some of their players, if I'm not mistaken. But again, a roster that still was, I think, struggling or going to struggle a little bit, and they end up struggling quite a bit, and end up losing this one against the Heart Showers.
Word. Yeah.
We got RJ versus Fagard. We'll get more about RJ in a bit, but Fagard ended up losing to RJ. Fagard, of course, was the multiple mid laners in one game roster. You got Sepper, Joev, Extra Large Poncho, and Red Buff Bandit, all mid laners. They're all on the same team, and they all played, and they kind of got cooked a little bit. 2-6-2 on Poncho. Joev went 0-4. Sepper went 0-2. Slick got some kills in solo. Again, Slick is an ADC main. Kind of surprised they're playing solo lane, but yeah, I think a roster that's really going to struggle this season.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of fight out of this roster. I'm not gonna lie. The game didn't look particularly close.
No, it doesn't.
When I looked at it, so maybe if they can just fix the issues that they're having internally, maybe they can turn it around because they have some good names on this roster.
Yeah, agreed. Moving on, you got Going Ghost versus Blood Wardens.
Yep.
Going Ghost started the day without Jolliver.
Yep.
Which tells you something about how Blood Wardens as a team struggled despite the other team probably not having one of their star players.
Yeah.
And they still end up losing.
Yep.
Mini kind of dropped a bomb, went 11-5 on Danza, did well. Jinx had a nutty Cleo game. I think it was just a situation of like, hey, we didn't have our full roster, we still won, it didn't matter. And I think Blood Wardens are going to be kicking themselves a little bit that they missed this opportunity to show off their strengths, and I don't think their draft really. I don't think it's very good for what you really want out of that team. and I think they're gonna struggle to find their identity for a hot second.
Yeah, I think one major talking point about this roster is that you have Mario Bro, who was at Athens, dropped down.
I'm just gonna say it, man. Top of the tier list of his own list and gets first rounded. Surely not, man. Surely we're not. We're not making
did he put
any.
himself top again?
Well, he hasn't made a new list, and of course he's not gonna make a new list until the week 1 because he can't put himself at the top. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Listen, I will say I think one of your star players on Blood Warden's roster is Mario Bro, and if he's not winning against Going Ghosts with, in my opinion, their best player. Not saying anyone else on the roster is not good, but Jolliver is insane. Like, people have been advocating for Jolly to be in Athens for like 2 seasons. So, and he just keeps captaining in Sparta.
He got sold like 2 times by Mini as well. Surely not, man. Oh my god.
So I'm just saying, like, Blood Wardens, I don't know what you got to do. Maybe I think maybe just try and put some work in. Look at yourselves again by the end of week 2 and see, like, hey, can our roster like be competitive? And if not, do we blow it up?
True. I think definitely something needs to change. I mean, Tactical, I think could be a star player on this team, but again, I don't think if Tactical's playing picks like Pele, I don't think a lot of these picks really do well with Pele. So I'm just kind of surprised that, like, if this is our identity, we need to be drafting around it. So I don't know. They just looked a little lost in the draft, and I think it really shows.
Crew, I agree.
Crew take on Big Scary Dargans. Physics was saying Mario got cooked, maybe, but Big Scary Dargans also got cooked, man. The Drezzy carry project absolutely popped off. Drezzy dropped 17, 5, and 14 on Yu Huang and absolutely dominates the likes of the Big Scary Dargans. The Drezzy carry project is real, and it occurred in Golden Apple round number 1.
Yeah, it's very true. I'm pretty keen on the Crew roster. I think that, and they did lose to a really good roster later on, by the way. But I think this Crew roster, I think they came out the gate swinging. They looked pretty good. Big fan of Proflux coming back in. I'm really a big fan of Trey as well. I think it's a really solid ADC. But again, Drezzy carry project. Drezzy went freaking nuclear.
Yeah.
It was actually insane. So I'm excited to see where the Crew roster ends up going for this season. I think they have a lot to look forward to, even though they lost in the second round. Spoiler alert. But I think they have a lot to look forward to for the regular season.
Yeah, agreed. And I think Big Scary Dargans, you're kind of taking a step back and maybe reevaluating a bit of your roster. Apparently, Physics had 2 subs, but I don't know, man. I think we'll get to some of the transactions later on, and we'll see kind of what occurred and be like, hey, question mark? So excuses is all I'm going to say. Round 2, we go back to the top. The boys cooked yet again. I mean, baconless Skogs can work once, but not twice, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, they didn't bring the sizzle without the bacon that time. I was actually here to watch this game.
Oh my god!
This game. So we talked last week about how we were talking about whether the choice between who you were gonna first pick for your roster was gonna be
Kern or Zexy.
Yeah, or Zexy, and I will say that Zexy definitely made it look like you made the right choice in this set.
Yeah, I mean, Zexy, we first picked Chang'e, and that's always going to feel good, and I think we kind of played our hand, this is what we played game number 1 in our first ever scrim against Bud's team, and sure enough, like, the game plan was hold a Chang'e, it's a flex pick, and then last pick our mid laner, Halanu picks an Agni, a really good pick here into this comp. Zexy just gets to play Chang'e. They play Lancelot into Chang'e, which I think just has the worst time ever, because you just get ulted off the horse on cooldown.
Yeah, he had to play into Chang'e, Agni, so range stun, Odin to cage him off, which happened several times, by the way. So Lancelot just didn't get a chance to play the game. Kratos here, it was the first him to watch my team in the early game on cooldown. Yeah, that's very valid. That's very, very valid.
They came to our buffs, and sure enough, we just died. We just absolutely cooked them, man. Yeah.
They literally just died. I don't even know what to tell you. I was watching that game, so on my channel, chaotic_hydra, by the way, on Twitch. You can see a top-down perspective of that game. So you can watch it from Spiritedbook's perspective and see they're just dying on CDs. I wonder what's happening. Or you can watch it from my perspective and be like, wow, they're dying on CDs. Why are they there? It's so funny. I do think the roster's good though. I do think whereas Albion literally just came out of the gate saying, hey, we were literally just really hungry to win. Straight up. So, Yeah, early purple green invades calls us back off after buffs were getting taken, but we were just getting drawn into bait fights. Yeah, you guys were getting baited into fights a lot. I will agree with that.
But I
I think a
think
lot of bait fights happened in that set. But
once you give us a lead, I think we're just gonna hold on to it though, and I think we kind of showed that really well this weekend.
yeah,
Is like if we have a lead, we'll hold on to it. So
yeah.
yeah,
I'll
we
talk
just
about you guys having a lead versus not having a lead when we get to the semifinal matchup and like finals matchup. We'll
okay.
talk about it for sure. But
Yeah, yeah.
but that's a really good point. I completely agree. I think if your team gets a lead, it's really hard to put you guys down.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I feel like we played really well. We were all on the same page on how we wanted to play. And we just, I mean, chasing, it's always good. And this is, I think, the game where mechs really solidified themselves as a top support in the division and
yeah.
in the league of Sparta.
Oh,
because,
dude.
like, Mex was just running it down, having a field day, just not letting anyone play the game, I think, which is always a good sign. It's always nice
Yeah.
as an ADC when you lock in Artemis and you're kind of like, am I going to be allowed to play the game? And the game's just kind of won for you, like, across the map because of what your team
Yeah.
is doing.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that too. And I'll get the comment by Kratos here as well. But he said it's hard for him to get momentum going into the mid-late game on Merlin when there's not much you can do to mitigate the damage that was dealt in the early game. I think that just comes from the way that the Warriors Albion were playing the map. I don't think a lot of teams were playing the map the way that they were, like heavy prowling Bull Demon and invading Tikis. That's something you see, like, like just high-level players.
One other team did that, and
Right
we'll
now?
get to them in a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But and the team, yeah, exactly. But not a lot of teams were doing that. I think a lot of teams are still prowling duo pressure, and I'll talk about that in the Kitsune Warriors Albion matchup as well because they were doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing with Skogs. Skogs were like early ganking duos, like sitting in the jungle, and then the jungler got 2 levels behind off of it. It was actually insane.
Yep.
But yeah, overall, I think it was a good matchup. I think it just kind of like showcased like, oh, if Warriors Albion get a lead, what are you gonna do to kind of mitigate that? So
yeah. Yeah, I agree. And it was a good set. Good confidence
It was fun to
booster by
watch.
the boys, and yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch from what I hear.
And I will say, just last talking point I think for Skogs is that a lot of people were
Excuse me.
iffy on Kratos being the mid laner for that roster. Instead of Bacon, Kratos looked fine. Kratos looked like really good, I think. So
Yeah.
I don't think he like looked like prime Bacon level, but he's also probably not gonna mental boom like Bacon, at least in my opinion. So I don't know his mental personally, but I think if you're Skogs, you're not like super worried. So
No, I think you definitely are just like resetting and prepping for the regular season, which is honestly a good thing because Bacon already hasn't mental diffed during Golden Apple. So
yeah, exactly.
if it's
Boom.
gonna happen,
So
it's gonna
he's still
happen during the season at least. So
there. Yeah, exactly.
we got next up, we have Fallen Angels versus Kitsune, and again, this is why I'm confused. Gato had a phenomenal game 1, and then plays Odin jungle. Like, I don't understand the draft thought process here of Charybdis, Scylla, Bacchus, Chalk, and Odin. I mean, it's big circles, sure, but like, I feel like there's just no consistent CC on this team, like no easy CC. Like, you have a knock-up on Bacchus, sure, but that's really it. And I think depending on how the game plan is, I don't think initiating with your support like this is always the play unless there's any burst follow-up, and Scylla can provide it,
Right.
sure, but not the backline dive you would like or expect. So yeah, just not the most fantastic performance out of Gato on the Odin, and I think Kitsune looked good. Bankable gets to play Yu Huang. A lot of Yu Huang this tournament, which I was kind of surprised about. I'm not a big fan of him right now, but he's just incredibly safe, and like a Yu Huang Charybdis backline is really strong right now because you can't really target either of them. Yeah, so just unfortunate. And of course, Kitsune playing with a support sub / maybe potential starting support player. I don't know.
That's true.
Because they don't have a support technically. Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. Going to that.
I think the draft was different.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't think it's bad though. Like, I don't hate the idea of Odin jungle, but something went wrong in that game that them all behind.
I think the problem with Odin jungle, I think, is assassins are so good right now that if you're not threatening the backline with an insta kill button that like characters like Sasano provide, characters like Tsukiyomi can provide, Chunga even, like, or Lancelot, like all these characters kind of provide an instant carry delete button to an extent, or sequence of buttons. Yeah, you're refusing to auto
My name's Blurry Face. And, it's good thing it's a podcast. It's fine. The audio is the most important part, so it's fine.
True. But yeah, like I don't fully understand I just think assassins are so good right now that why would you not play an assassin with an instant delete button?
Right.
That
I
could
think if
just-
they're
yeah.
playing to like set up for the Scylla, because Charybdis, if she plays really well, she can free cast, and Scylla, if she gets her buttons off like in a really good like spot, you just kind of instantly kill people, which is really really fun. So maybe they're playing the setup for the Scylla. Maybe they were just only like really trying to play through Scylla. It's unfortunate because like you could have drafted something closer to what people right now would call standard, and
Yeah.
people would be like, oh, like you probably would have done better. I like the vision. Maybe that's the identity they were trying to form with their team. With like they have a setup jungler. They want a hard carry mid. It just didn't come to fruition there. If they'd won that game, maybe it's a different story. But
I just
yeah,
think like when you do things like Odin Jungle, you make the game harder for yourself. And why make the game harder when you could just play the easy way out?
yeah, you could have just played something easy. You could have
Yeah.
played like Thor and one shot somebody. So.
Yeah. Well, Thor was on the enemy team, and
Thor was on the
I
enemy
would
team,
imagine
seriously,
he was
yeah.
one shotting.
Good example. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. He was probably one shotting Scylla. So.
RJ versus Heart Showers, and we can kind of talk a little bit about RJ now. RJ looked good, and against a team like Heart Showers, I think it makes a lot of sense. Not really sure who Forerunner is. They go out 1-7-6, with an interesting
Unlucky.
Wukong build to say the least. I think this is fine, but it just seems a little weird to me for some reason. River doesn't have the best game. Nyx Fall obviously tries their best, going 12-4-3. Crete Craft 3-7-8, and then Airhead 5-8-5 again on the Jonqui, but not the best performance again. And then it's RJ who just have a much better game, end up winning that one against them, with some with similar picks to they played against us, but we'll get to that in a bit. And then of course Crew versus Going Ghost. Going Ghost win that one. Jolliver has returned and drops a bomb. He goes 10-0-4 on Discordia, a pick we really don't see a whole lot of as of late, and just kind of cooks.
Yep. Again, I think they won their first game. Going Ghost won their first game without Jolliver, and then with Jolliver, I think their day just got easier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he is by no means a bad player. He is by all means a star player in the division across all mid laners, and he's their captain. So what he's providing to Going Ghost is just like it's honestly just a boon. Like that's the only way you can really talk about it. It's just a boon that he's providing for his team. So.
And then I mean, Trey doesn't have the best. It's another interesting draft. 1-7-3 on the Mulan is never a good sign. Proflux
Unlucky.
does not have the best rat game, which, again, Proflux's God Pool is looking to become a bit of an issue, I think.
Yeah.
And so we'll see if that can maybe get resolved as things go on. But as things stands, Proflux God's Pool. Proflux's God Pool is becoming an issue for this team. Thank you. I got there in the end.
Exactly.
We're good to move on to semifinals.
Yeah, do you want to quickly talk about Real Jesters and Going Ghost, and then we go up towards Albion and Kitsune?
Yeah, we could do that. RJ versus Ghost. I mean, we caught the tail end of this.
We did.
And then I'm trying to remember what happened. I think that again it was similar to ours, where they just did not get the Fire Giant or something.
Yeah. A Fire Giant gets pulled. It doesn't end up getting secured. The other team that ends up winning the set, picks it up and wins it. And then they end up winning the team fight after that, and they run it down and end the game. Basically, is what ends up happening.
Yeah.
You call that as unlucky.
Yeah.
Simply,
super,
it's unlucky.
super unlucky, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting game. It was, that one Panther didn't have the best game against the Cerberus. The Cerberus is a pick that we got the Fire, we got FG, and 5-man inted into them. Oh, okay. So, never mind then. Not like us. They actually just inted afterwards.
Oh, yeah. Unlucky.
Yeah, we never would have made that mistake. No, I mean, I think I remember.
Well, Fire Giant gets pulled, and then significant deaths happen on the map, and then the loss happens, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
But,
RJ continued to look good with their safe backline and just abusive frontline picks. Flippin definitely was absolutely cooking, I think, this tournament, and he's got a good backline with him clearly, and we'll see how it translates to regular season.
Yep. Fully agree. I think, if you're going Ghosts and you're losing that match, you're just like, if we just don't overextend that one fight, we win the game. It is what it is. at that point though, you've been playing all day. You're getting tired.
Oh
You want the
yeah.
day to end. So you're saying, hey, give me the heck out of this game.
I
Let's
don't know
just
what
end the
you're
game here.
insinuating, Hydra, right now, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna need you to
Don't worry.
stop insinuating what you're insinuating.
Mhm. Yeah, it happens though. It happens more than once for the day apparently too. So,
Warriors of
uh,
Albion take on Kitsune in the semifinals.
yes, they
Warriors of
do. Yes, they do.
Albion absolutely cook.
Cook,
Nelly gets
cook.
first blooded by Spirited Book. It's destiny itself written before us this day. Just don't come ganking my duo when I'm level 3, you know? Just don't
Yeah,
do that, man. Just don't do that. If you're level 3 and
yeah.
I'm level 3 and I have my support with me, I'm gonna be stronger than you.
I will say this Kitsune roster made it further than I thought. I
Yeah,
thought,
I agree. I agree.
yeah, I thought they may have made it to second round, maybe lose there. Um, maybe. Um, but I think they looked okay in the second round. They looked decent against you. I mean, you guys looked way better.
Agreed.
Just like the game was just not close, unfortunately for them. Um, but they did impress me. The length that they went into the tournament, I think, was impressive. And I didn't expect that from the roster. So I guess if I'm them, I'm like, wow, we we ended we had a good run until
Yeah.
we saw that team. So
I mean, top 4 ain't bad, you know?
yeah, exactly. They
Yeah.
end up going to the third place match to go face Go and Ghost, and we'll talk about that after we talk about. Well, I guess we can talk about that now, and then we'll
Yeah,
talk about finals.
they had to FF. So I don't know what the
Yeah.
ramifications are there, but obviously they FF'd and Go
Yeah.
and Ghost win that one. They get the third place gems. Again, another
Yeah.
FF in third place, question mark. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you look at the Go and Ghost roster and you're like, oh, we just can't beat him. GG. We don't want to waste the time for it. So
Yeah, maybe. Let's
yeah.
talk about finals. Warriors of Albion
Yeah.
versus RJ. That was a tough match to play, man. That was
I will say from a spectator standpoint, this was by far your guys' worst match of the day. I think
yeah.
draft wise, you guys looked really I think you guys' draft looked good. But you guys got up to a rough start in the early game. Your mid, I think, started off 0-4, 0-5, something like that.
0-4, yeah. Halanu started
Yeah,
off
and
0-4.
so that's rough because your jungler can't play the map the way he wants to because he has to make sure that his mid lane's not dying on cooldown, so so you guys don't lose neutral farm, and you guys end up You guys end up punching even basically for the whole game, taking fights, getting
Yeah.
either 2-for-3 trades or 2-for-4 trades, getting a kill and an objective for 3 deaths and something like that, and the gold lead never really spiraled out of control. It was just so hard for you guys to play the early game, and their picks for about 25 minutes would just simply were more impactful. But we get to the late game. You guys did make it to late game.
So I found it interesting because I thought after the early game and how it went, I'm like, oh, we're just gonna lose. Like we're gonna struggle so much. And I agree with what Halanu said after the game, which was if we were gonna play an E shell, we needed to play more through the E shell rather than going to side lanes. And Zexy is notorious for looking for side lane ganks, which I think is fine, but we just needed a better game plan going into the game, and I think we probably could have executed a little better than we did. I thought we made a lot of silly mistakes in the early game that definitely costed us a lot, and then the fact that we brought it back to an even state to the point where it was just one good team fight away on either side from ending the game, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of what happened at the end of the day, and so it just kept going the distance. It was a long game to play. It was exhausting. And eventually, yeah, I mean, we brought it to an even state. We played really well. Halanu, I thought, played really well despite some, issues he was having IRL in the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
He was playing really well. Zexy, I thought, played really well. I think maybe made a few mistakes in the late game. We'll have to go back and see. I think I'll have to chat with him a little bit, but we played really well, I thought. And I don't know if it was RJ. Jolly kind of called it in the chat. Yeah, I also feel like RJ was very scared to pull a fire giant in front of us.
I will say
Because they
from,
just kind of
watching
sat
the game,
around.
yeah, I was watching the game, and there was one moment towards duo side where they ended up getting a pick. I think it was onto your guys' support. I'm pretty sure. I might be missing, but someone on your guys' team died, and they have 5 people around Gold Fury pit, and they're up 6K. They should have just ripped it there, but instead,
Yeah.
one person hit a ward and they all ran, and I was like, why? You guys win every fight here. The E shell still doesn't have a kill, the one time she did get a kill, she ended up getting a kill and went 1-5, and then like went like 1-6 after. I'm like, you guys shouldn't be afraid of this.
I think there was a moment they killed us around Pyro as well, and then they didn't I think they killed us in mid, 3 of us in mid, and they didn't go gold or Pyromancer, which were both available at the time. And so I was just very shocked and surprised in the moment. I'm like, oh, okay. And we haven't even talked about it. Looney Tunes getting absolutely dominated by the Spirited Book in lane, man. I mean,
it was true. He did get soloed.
He did get soloed. He did kind of overstep, waste some relics a wee bit, and then he did end up dying anyways. And then, honestly, bro, I think it's the most weirdo behavior to ever message someone in a game, especially stuff like that. I like in my mind, I'm like, I don't think that's allowed, but like, whatever, I don't care. I just think I think it's so weird to ever message someone like that in the middle of a set, an actual league set, try to BM after getting soloed. I just think it's so weird, man. And like, you just gotta like move on. Like, it's whatever. Like if I did that last season or even this season, I would get in trouble. But like, for someone else to do it
season, last season though, bro, like if
last season or the season before that, like I would have gotten banned. Like it would have been over, man. like there's no world, dude. Like I think that's insane that like, I don't know. I just would never. I think that's so cringe, and like Looney should definitely get off his fucking high horse about that, because that was so cringe and just very unsportsmanlike in my opinion.
Oh well. At the end of the day, your guys' match doesn't go in the distance. You guys did end up, again, you guys were behind early game. There's some missteps in a couple places, but you end up bringing it back, and the game goes the distance. An EFG pull happens.
Yeah. It was dodgy.
Said the Kukulin. Yeah, the dodgy went nuclear.
It was the dodgy 3, by the way.
It wasn't? I knew it. I knew it. The dodgy, so the Kukulin, the soul laner, it's dead. It's by far the best point to pull it, because your backline is allowed to actually step up out of, without having fear. You just have to keep dodgy, like, be wary of her. And dodgy 3s and steals the EFG, and you just lose the team fight and lose the game. So simply put, threw a bomb and double backline secure, by the way. So that's just like, what you gonna do? You guys get EFG there, and then dodgy dies, and then you guys turn the team fight, maybe back to base, push up, maybe you win.
Yeah.
But you definitely don't lose if you get EFG there, at least in my opinion.
I think we played that game out for so long. Eventually, someone just had to say fuck it and make an attempt at a risky call. We rolled the dice, and we end up not rolling the way we would have liked. We rolled natural 1s on our D20s, and it did not go our way, and we end up losing that fight, that fire giant, and that game off of that, which is unfortunate, but I mean, second place ain't bad for making it all the way as far as we did, So
yeah, exactly.
We'll take it, and it was still a very close game, and like, it was like, just from my perspective, that game was so hard to play. Like, it was so hard to just like find a target to lock down and auto attack even twice before like half my health bar was just dead. Like, it was such a hard comp to play into, and I think the fact that we played as well as we did. I mean, Halanu was free casting because they were just focusing me, which honestly is fine by me, but like, it was just really hard to play.
Yeah. I mean, I completely agree. I think, at the end of the day, I think the roster should be happy with what they accomplished, especially with some of the talk around the roster before Golden Apple, especially towards Mex American Moose. I think him specifically should feel pretty good about his performance.
Yeah, agreed.
Everyone's saying that you are by far the worst support in the division, then you end up making it to finals and still look fine. So, and you look really, really good throughout the day. I feel like, you're walking out of Golden Apple pretty happy with that. And Halanu has like, not the greatest game in finals, but he had a pretty good day. Rek had a really good day. He's actually had a phenomenal day. He had a really good day. So, overall, if I'm the words of Albion Sparta roster, I am comfortably thinking I'm at least a top 3 team in Sparta.
Oh yeah.
And very excited for the season. So. Yep.
I'm pretty excited to see what happens, and excited to just keep playing games. So we'll see where that goes. Are we good? I think that's the recap. Are we good to move on?
I think so. Do you want to talk about transactions, or do you want to?
Yeah, we can talk about transactions. Let's do transactions.
Yeah. So let's talk about everything that happened. So the fallout of Golden Apple is what we're gonna call it.
Hell yeah. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, the fallout went crazy, not gonna lie. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 messages yesterday in transactions chat due to Golden Apple.
Yeah. I guess we'll talk about. I want to talk about the first trade of the season, like period as well. First, so we'll talk about
Okay.
Athens and Sparta as well. So first of all, going ghosts, Athens end up trading Detmoven for Aztec. This is before Golden Apple. This was
Hmm.
this was funny. Like this is like the meme trade of the season because everyone's like, hey, why didn't you guys just draft Aztec if you wanted him? And I think the answer that most people were getting was that Seahawks forgot. That was
Damn.
that was really it. You
Damn.
guys know Aztec was originally listed on the player sheet as a Sparta player, which was a mistake. They ended up fixing the mistake eventually before the draft happened, but Seahawks didn't catch it, so he just didn't draft Aztec. Apparently, it's
That's pretty
apparently the story
funny.
behind that. Yeah, it's just funny. So they ended up trading. So Detmoven finds a home on Royal Jesters Athens division, and that happens just before Golden Apple, which is just funny.
Yep.
Some drops happen, and then we have a
Yeah.
lot of trades.
Yeah, so we'll go from the top. I actually can't see this one because of streamer mode, but Bull Cakes is traded off of going Ghost Athens and to Blood Wardens for I can't see the name off the top of my head.
I
Just
got you.
because.
That's No-Ho Solo.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yep. No
Interesting.
Solo, I think, was a sub, because I'm pretty sure if I'm thinking of the right roster. That's Kaizo's roster. Kaizo,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure is on that roster, so he's the starting support. But No Solo was subbing in for Golden Apple.
Yes, because he
He
played
did-
against
okay.
he played against what's his name?
Yeah.
Bull Cakes. Or not Bull Cakes, sorry.
Yeah.
The Warriors of Albion team.
Yes. He did okay. He did fine.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Let's see. Oh, and stream's back for me. There we go.
So
Yes,
is Going Ghost
but,
trying to trade? Is Going Ghost trying to get like a support player or a soul lane, or are they just kind of trading subs? Like, what's kind of going on here?
Exactly. That's probably the best question of the day. Is what's going on. Honestly, but yeah, it's a trade that accomplishes some things. I think they end up getting a more consistent sub. I think Going Ghost gets a more consistent sub because No Hustle is a little bit more available. I think than Bull Cakes. I think that's the biggest thing.
Okay,
So I think that's really all it is for.
Bull to Blood Wardens, nothing on our end. Interesting. So Going Ghost aren't making changes, but Blood Wardens wanted Bull Cakes. Okay,
Yeah, word.
interesting. And then some Delphi trades happened, which is interesting. It's a movement of power, as some would say. Fagard Delphi team will be doing a captain transition from Angels over to Von Pred. A captain trade. One can only speculate what possibly could have happened here.
Yeah, yeah, it's Delphi. So, good question. Delphi is affectionately known as the yapping division.
Yeah.
Right, this season. So who knows what happened internally with that team? There's no drop though. Maybe it's just an availability thing. Maybe someone just wasn't available to do all the captaining work of like scheduling scrims and handling conflicts or stuff like that. You never know. So
Yeah, maybe. And then Rat Tackler is obviously dropped because just unresponsiveness, which is wild because that person is always posting in LFTs and AGL. So I don't know how that person's never responding to messages.
yeah, I will say I know the Crete team Royal Jesters, and they were apparently pinging this guy like, "Hey, like, where are you at?" And he just never responded for days.
That's hilarious.
So unlucky. So
Unfortunate. And then we get our first Sparta trade. Kitsune drop Elite Tortuga over to Willing Banshees for two people.
This is wild, by the way.
Two
This is actually
people.
insane.
Rich and Jay Swervy, which when I talked to Strat about their roster, Rich was not the problem on this team. And so I'm just absolutely shocked that Elite Tortuga. I don't think Elite Tortuga is worth two players personally. So
I don't think there's a player in the league that's worth two players.
agreed. Maybe
for
Strat
Sparta
was just like,
division.
yo, you can just have this Jay Swervy guy. He's free, man. He's all yours. He's all
Be
yours.
Be like
Yeah.
he's not gonna see play. Maybe he plays for you guys. Like good luck. Hope he has fun over there,
Yeah.
kind of thing. I think that's very likely what happened there.
I do believe Kitsune
yeah.
is just trying to make more changes though in general to their roster. I think I think Liz is really trying to make some
Make that
major
work.
adjustments with their roster.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I don't think this is the last trade we'll see from that team, and we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we move on to the final trade of the night. Ninja Wailing Banshee's obviously not done with their trades. Ninja XK will be traded to the Big Scary Dargans for, I believe it's... Is that...
It's Reiku.
It's Reiku, yeah.
Yeah.
Reiku gets traded, which...
Yep.
Interesting. So it's kind of a three-way trade system, really, if you think about it. Or, yeah, kind of a little bit.
Yeah. Reiku goes back to Dargans. He's, I think, typically on the Tanukis.
Last season, he was on Skogs.
Got it. I think season before that, or maybe the season before that.
Okay.
He was on Tanukis. So
Yeah.
At least that's the name I remember seeing in orange. So
Yeah. So maybe Reiku starts on that team. Or no, sorry. Yeah, Reiku is going to be starting on Banshees because now they don't have a mid laner, I guess. Torp playing jungle? Question mark? I don't know. So like, Rich was the mid laner.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what their roster looks like after Golden Apple.
If I were to guess, it's gonna be Reiku mid, Twinkle 2 is ADC, Tortuga jungle, and then Marm solo, and then I can't remember their support.
Riku's never been a Tanuki. I'm apparently just going senile.
You've actually just capped this entire chat. Hydra is what you did.
Apparently. Dude, I swear I've seen the name in orange before. Oh, well, you know what? Welcome to the Big Scary Dargans, man. Glad to have you.
Now you're in orange.
Exactly. Now you're in orange, and that's all that matters.
It's just such a fitting color for you. What can I say? Anyways, yeah, I don't think this will be the last trade we see in Sparta. I think there's a lot of things going behind the scenes.
This isn't the last trade. At least I know of at least 3 more trades that are happening, that are not posted. So yeah, I'm excited to see how the trades that haven't been posted, kind of,
Oh, Doom saying he just got traded, but it's not even up yet, so I don't think we could talk about that. Unless
leak it, Doomed.
Unless Doomed is gonna leak it here on the chat. I don't know.
If he's the one that is getting traded, surely it's okay if he's the one that brings it up.
Are we gonna break out the breaking news? Do we have like a breaking news sort of like thing that we can have, like they have in the NHL like drafts or the NBA drafts, where like, this team is traded for this team for a pick 97 for pick 42 or something like that. I don't know, just something completely irrelevant, but they have the big flashing thing. Bards, you're going to Bards for who? For who? For who?
Who are they trading you for?
This is the questions that we need answered. Also, who on Bards is getting the kick? Honestly, might just be Yonk. That would make sense. You put Doomed in support on that team. Onk goes to another team. Adora. Okay, now I have no clue, man. Now I have no clue.
Be like, who's going where?
Well, exactly. Well, hey, look, what team was Doomed
another
on?
Sparta trade, man.
What team was Adora? What team? Adora's on. Yeah, Adora's on Bard. Sorry, excuse me. What team was Doomed on is what I meant to ask. Sorry. Because where's Adora going?
Let's find out. Yeah, where's Adora going? Where's that team? The crew, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, this is the crew.
Proflux out? Question mark.
No, it's what, Adora for Doomed?
No, but Proflux.
Straight in the.
Well.
Oh wait, true. Is Adora gonna be? Ooh, yeah. Is Adora gonna be starting over Proflux? That's a good question. Huh. Yeah. Interesting. But yeah. There's a couple more trades that are still, I think, getting finalized. We'll see. If you guys are in Athens chat, you guys have seen some of the talks about some of the trades, which, they talked about one of them in Athens chat, so I think it's okay to talk about it on the podcast because it's the team talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's the Kin to Admittance roster is trading Zaylin, also known as Antics, to Fallen Angels in exchange for Control Alt I Eat.
Interesting.
So that's, I mean, it's an ADC switch up.
Personally, I don't think the ADC was the issue, but honestly, Zaylin hasn't impressed me the most out of all the ADCs in Athens, and I don't think he's a weak part of that team, but I think he can be a weak part of that team.
I just, I mean, at least in my opinion, I don't know why Kings is making changes this early.
Yeah, I'm also surprised by that.
And if anything on this team was going to change, I honestly thought it'd be the mid laner. Yeah, but not because Humu's bad. It's just because Humu is like the weakest link because she doesn't have any like comp experience. She's mainly just a ranked player. So
Zaylin got traded. They were talking about it in Athens, so probably.
Yeah, they're talking about it in the Athens chat.
Until it's officiated, though.
Yeah,
We don't know.
At least right now, just at least the team was talking about it in the Athens chat.
This
saying
is
that that's
this is
the trade
all
that happened.
speculation. So until it's
So,
officiated, this is all speculation. Positive
yeah,
that
positive
shit
that shit's
bait.
bait.
Damn, you got
For
you
sure it
got
was a
baited,
joke.
man.
I've
You
been
got
baited.
you got baited.
Oh well.
Hydra actually got baited.
Unlucky,
You saw it
unlucky.
here first on the, I was like, you were like, oh, I guess we could talk about it. I'm like, I don't think we should talk about it, man.
No,
In
I'm
my head, I'm
alright.
like, I don't think we should talk about it.
Yeah, why would you trade Antics for Control? Well, okay. To be fair, I think the Kings of Mittens team. Okay, actually, I think it's actually a really good spot to talk about, and we'll transition to the tier list to talk about where I think like all the teams are and stuff. Post Golden Apple, like where we think they rank. I think.
I think they're both good ADCs. I don't think you're losing much
I think they're both
control
solid.
for Azale.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like
I
that's
think it's
fine.
a different thing if they did that. But
Yeah.
I think because I was talking about it in my stream yesterday, the top 3 teams in Athens, and it's really hard to make like a third place. I think first place, and I'm not biased here at all, just because I'm on the podcast. I think where's Albion, Athens looks insane. I think that roster looks really, really cohesive. I think
No one got traded. I know, Snatty.
no one got traded. Snatty. Okay, I just got baited then.
Hydra got
Damn.
baited into some
Yeah.
Athens chat tech, man. It happens.
Unlucky.
It happens to the best of us here.
I'm not in the chat that much anymore, so I see something, I'm like, notes. But
Yeah.
but let's see.
Hydra sees something and goes, "Oh, this would be great for the podcast, man."
It'd be great for the podcast. Exactly. So, but yeah. But let's see. I think where's Albion's Athens looks really, really solid. I think they probably look like the strongest team in the tournament to me. I think they have some weaknesses that were exploited. I think in their semifinal match for sure. But I think overall, I think they look like a really, really strong roster. Next,
yeah, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried
Yeah.
about the Warriors of Albion Athens team being one-dimensional.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just a best of one tournament, sure, but I do have concerns about being a very one-dimensional team. So we'll see if they can add some dimension play to their drafts and their gameplay.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think they have a really strong duo lane. They have a really strong solo laner in Valve. And then you have Komodago Renown in mid lane. He's been looking really, really solid this season. Looking just as good as he ever has, but now people just get to see it. So
yeah, for sure.
It is what it is. So I think that team looks really solid. I think my next top team is just without a doubt Kings of Mittens. That team is also just insane. You have Snatty, SEC solo laner. Hands down, I think without any doubt the best solo laner in the division. If anyone's going to argue that, please beat him first in a best of 3 set.
True.
So, and then you have Antics, and then you have Digits, SK Peso, which is a really solid duo lane. And then you have Kane Tempest, my goat. And again, Humu I think is, like the big question mark on the roster. But Humu's a mid laner, and that's not the most important role in comp right now. It's just like you lock in an OP mage, do your damage, and have fun.
Yeah.
So I think this team looks really, really strong. They have a really solid mid laner and really, really good side laners. And they have the experience, obviously, that Snatty and Antics bring to the team. So I think that's probably my next favorite. And then we were talking about what I think my third place team was, and then we'll go to Sparta.
We could move on. We gotta go through a whole tier list here.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a couple different rosters I think that look really, really solid. I think at least in Athens this season, I think most of the rosters, if not all the rosters, look really, really competitive. I think a lot of 2-1s are going to happen this season. Or like maybe a team goes 0-2 one week and they get 2-0 the next week. I think it'll be a really competitive season this season. But I think my next favorite team is probably Royal Jester, but like not by much.
Yeah, I can see that.
King Bop Bop I think is probably the best support in the division. Solid ADC and Drunk. Nexa looked really solid, and I think Drew's Food is just a really, really solid jungler as well. So yeah. Why they say what Gabe for? Listen, Skogs are very, very good. But I think that team might fall a lot in like a 1-2 fashion. But that's just me being a hater. So.
All right. So. Are we ready to move on to the meat of this episode, so to speak? As soon as I can figure out how to edit this tier list. Control C. I can't. Well,
you wait for Kano and after join the battleground, it's over. Listen, you guys better look good. I think genuinely, I think a lot of the teams look really, really good this season. I think you guys are food fighters. You guys played without 2 people on your main roster, so I want to see what the team looks like at full power. genuinely.
You should be able to see this now, Hydra. Boom.
Yep,
Tier list
I
ready to
see
go.
it.
All right, we ready to do this?
Yep. Do you want to spin a wheel and like pick what roll or?
Yeah. Do you have a wheel on you, or I guess I can?
Yeah, I can make one.
We can mostly see it. All right, good enough.
We can see it. It's fun.
All right, spinning.
All right, sweet. Let's spin it. Let's spin it.
Oh boy, howdy.
Oh, mid laners.
Let's start with mid.
I think we just go top down because I think that's easy for mid.
Top down. Okay.
I think so. I think that's just easier for the mid laners.
Okay. Who do you want to have at the top?
I think it's Jolliver. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's Jolly.
Yeah, I want to have Bacon obviously in place, so Kratos would be replacing Bacon. Yeah, it's probably Jolly. It's definitely Jolly at the top.
Yeah. He's literally like a win con for his team, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't believe did Bankable play? Yeah, Bankable did play.
Did play. Yeah.
Who do you want to have next? I would put arguably Drezzy, Halanu. Drezzy is an interesting one. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about putting Drezzy so high.
I think maybe you do. The only thing is like, okay, barring Halanu's last game.
Oh, Discreeter. Probably Discreeter next.
Yeah. I think Discreeter then maybe Halanu.
Halanu, yeah. And then honestly, a lot of mids did not impress me this tournament.
I think Drezzy could be up there.
Probably is, but yeah, mid's one of those roles right now where you're just not. You're either really impactful and you look really good and flashy, or you don't do anything.
Yeah. Also just wanting to talk about Death Guy. Like, obviously, I know he's a really, really good player, but he didn't get a chance to really showcase that.
Yeah.
It would feel bad putting him like super low.
We could probably put Drezzy next, I think.
Okay.
Drezzy dropped a nuke, man. I mean, how can you not?
He did. Very, very, very true. He looked really, really good in the tournament.
You got the likes of Mood, who I think is towards the bottom. Airhead dropped a nuke as well at one point, but then gets second rounded.
I mean, do
you want to put
maybe it's Kratos?
It's definitely not Kratos.
You don't think so?
No.
I gotta think here.
Okay, let's start putting people at the bottom.
At the bottom, yeah.
Let's start working down up. I think.
Okay, Boxy.
Yeah, Boxy is Mood, right?
I believe.
Okay. Is it Mood? Wait, no. No. Definitely, it's.
That was your guys' first.
No, Madeline played. Played, and honestly, they played okay.
Okay.
Who's Mood? I'm not a fan of the Mood guy. It was an 0-4 Tiamat. It was on Heart Showers, I think.
Oh.
No, it was not Heart Showers. It was the one It was Food Fighters, I think.
Food Fighters? Mood. Yeah, see, they were a sub apparently.
Okay, it's probably Mood then, unfortunately.
Yeah.
How many teams?
Yeah, that's unlucky. Let's see. Okay, Food Fighters did get knocked out first round. Let's see. I'll just start talking about the teams that got knocked out, and then we can look at their mid laners, I think. Fagard, Blood Wardens, Big Scary Dargans, Bard's College, Lahungla, Banshees, KWM.
That guy did get first rounded. He's definitely towards the bottom, but not the very bottom.
Is it the top of the bottom?
He probably is the best of the worst, unfortunately.
Okay. So we'll save Death Guy after we put the other people that lost in the first round, and then we'll just put him above them, because I do think he'd beat any of them. But
yeah, Bo didn't have a very good game. Bo got Drezzied on, so Bo is probably towards the bottom too.
Okay,
I'm
that's
gonna put Bo there, honestly.
Okay, fair enough.
And then it's honestly probably Joev or Skull, I think is next. I'm trying to find the Joev POV. Yeah. Joev did go 0-4 on Baba Yaga in this meta. I'm not a big Baba Yaga believer, so like
true,
honestly, man, works for me.
Good
and
job
then,
there.
I don't know. Do we put Madeline next? Madeline did not impress. I mean, their team was really good, but Madeline did not impress, I think, individually.
Right.
Now they were a sub, obviously, so I don't think it's necessarily
exactly.
all on them, but like, or they are a sub, quote unquote. I don't know if they were playing with her as a sub or what, but or them as a sub, yeah. And then actually, Skizzy needs to be lower, man.
Would it be under Madeline?
Yeah. Because at least the KWM match was competitive. This Bard's game does not look competitive, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that game looked kind of rough.
I'll do like this. And then do you want to put that guy here? Probably.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, because he did get first rounded, but I do think he's probably the best mid that got first rounded.
Yeah, he can definitely go up.
I feel
for
like
sure.
that's fair. Yeah,
for sure.
I feel like that's fair.
And then it might be bankable next for me, honestly. Or Freak.
Okay.
I mean, so Freak and Bankable, in my opinion, are basically like the quote unquote same player. Like they both kind of have the similar play styles and both kind of do the same thing.
Well, Bankable did lose to Freak. So at least in the head.
No, that's not true. Bankable lost to us. He beat Freak.
Oh wait.
Other way around.
You're right. Yep. So yeah, okay.
I mean, you want to put Freak under Bankable? Actually, I want to put Kratos. I want to put Kratos here. I actually want to put Kratos under Death Guy, man.
You think so?
I mean, I feel like I'm missing someone. Oh, Rich needs to be in here somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Rich did get first rounded by Kratos.
Okay, well he's definitely under Death Guy.
I'm gonna put. Oh, here, hang on. Like that, and then probably just do. Oh. And then do this. Like that works for me.
Fair enough.
And then I kind of want to put Death Guy above Kratos personally.
Okay.
Just like that kind of.
We can put disclaimers as like under like the top like 3 or 4. You all play the same.
Yeah, I don't know. So, and then we could put like Freak. Bankable. Airhead's a little high here, so we gotta fit Airhead in here somewhere.
True.
Airhead did have a good game though. He did go 11-0 on the Zhong. Maybe he does just go right here for having a standout performance game.
I think that's fair. And he can move down in later weeks.
Is it Tova's not mid? Who's mid? Who are we missing? Skull.
That was Mood.
Skull is not in here.
Yeah, Skull's not in there.
Do we have everyone else?
I believe so, yeah.
I believe so, yeah. So Skull should probably be somewhere down here. D-Liz deserves top, not me. Shut up, Jolly. Don't talk. Oh, we do have to put D-Liz in the roster somewhere because D-Liz did play for a bit. Do you want to put D-Liz like under Airhead? Or above Airhead? Probably above Airhead. Here, let's do this.
Maybe above Airhead.
Let's do this. And then we'll put
D-Liz did fill and win. So
we'll put D-Liz here, and then who am I missing? We're missing Skull.
D-Lizard trade value goes up instantly.
Here we'll do this, and then put Skull below Kratos, or above Rich, or below Rich. What do we think?
Probably, let me see.
I know.
Maybe
I think it towards the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, as I'm probably just thinking below.
Oh. Put Skull. Here. Right there. I think that's about it. Unless I'm missing anyone.
I think that's it. I think that's solid. Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
Spinning the wheel. He raw dogged mid and played well and played easy for objectives. That's why you know he's the GOAT.
True. Jungle. Okay. This isn't even a conversation.
Yeah, it's actually top.
And then is Lord Livid the one who played jungle?
He is.
Okay, it is. Yeah, I'll probably put Lord Livid next.
Lord Livid looked really, really good on Dashi. I will be very honest. So.
I agree.
So So
Yeah, I think that's just the top 2 period. And then
yeah.
Twinkle Toes 12 towards the bottom, but that's just me.
You think so?
Yeah, he got first rounded.
I mean, he did. That's very true.
Okay, look at this game, bro. He's playing Kamazots. He went 3-3-4. He didn't do much.
I mean,
I'm one of the best gods in the game right now. He got Kernoined a Wheelixed, man.
it's Athens drop down dips. That's all it is. But I think maybe third we just put Jinx Q. Told y'all were hating on Jinx jungle. He's just a better support, bro. But listen.
I would not.
He did do. Really
I would not
well.
put Jinx third, but that's just me.
Let's see. Who you put in third? It's not Tort.
No, it's definitely not Tort. I don't think Tort played.
see.
Tort didn't play.
Would it be? I don't think Tort did play. Was it
No, he did
Aiden?
not.
No, it was Nelly, right?
Nelly did play.
so?
Yes, Nelly is towards the bottom, but that's just me once again.
Well, let's start from the bottom. We know the top 2, but now we can just start.
Yeah.
going from the bottom. I think.
Poncho's towards the bottom, personally. I think.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Poncho at the bottom though. He might be.
I mean, they got first rounded. I'm not mad at putting him there.
He did get first rounded by the team that won the whole thing, though.
Yep. What was his stat line?
2,
How much
6, and
damage
2.
did he
He's
do?
actually. How much damage did he do? I mean, he's set, man. So he had he did 9k damage on set, which is like. Honestly, dude, I'll put Poncho at the bottom, man.
Yeah, like he had a really bad set game, dude.
He had a bad set
You know-
game. He picked set in this meta, man. And
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I'm down.
Yeah, didn't have a great performance. So
Next up has got to be maybe not Twinkle Toes yet, but Twinkle Toes still towards the bottom. It might be Tangents or man.
ooh,
Josh the
mean-
Landlord did play jungle and is not a jungle player.
that's true. Ooh, I think. Listen, okay, so KWM did lose against you guys, but you said it was competitive though.
It was more competitive than when we played against Skogs and Kitsune, for sure.
Okay.
Like those teams both got shit on. KWM at least put up a fight, and it was kind of close.
Valid.
It was kind of like
Valid.
the game we played against RJ, except we were just winning fights a little better in the late game than we did against
got
RJ.
it. Maybe how about Dargans? Have we put Adzi next?
Yeah, we just might, huh?
Adzi had a rough game. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's pretty rough. They made first round.
No, again, Adzi's solo though. So this is the thing: is like there's role changes here. It's
Oh,
Josh.
wait.
It's Josh the Landlord that subbed in.
I guess you just put Josh.
Yeah,
then.
I guess we just put Josh. That's what I was kind of wondering. Is
Yeah,
like, it's
he
probably
subbed
just
in.
Josh.
He did. He was.
He
there
tried his
on the
he tried
day.
his best, man. You know, he's
Yeah.
subbing in. It's not his fault, but yeah, he's towards the bottom.
That's definitely not his main role either. So
No,
is what it is.
for sure.
Blood Wardens. Let's pull up that report really quick.
Tactical went 9, 7, and 6 on Pele, but did get Jinx Q diff. It might just be Jinx Q third. I think probably at the end of the day.
we'll put Jinx Q third. I don't think we feel bad about it either way. And if he wants
I
to
mean,
drop down, he can.
personally, I feel bad about it, but that's just me. No way we're gassing this guy up, but that's just me.
He would've been really good support. All I'm saying.
True. He still might
So-
be.
Let's see.
Is it
Fagard.
Arrow? Well, Fagard is that's a Poncho.
Yep, you're right.
And then is it just
Let's see.
Twinkle Toes 12 now?
On Skogs. Not Skogs. She's
Banshees.
Banshees.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's that or Tangents for me, I think.
You can.
Or Adora. I think Tangents, Adora, and there's one other are all pretty much on the same playing field in my eyes.
Okay. So Poncho got put this low because he picked set in this meta. Bad god, bad performance, right?
Yeah.
Twinkle Toes 12 had a great god and had a bad performance.
I agree. That's what I'm thinking, man.
So maybe just put him third,
Didn't
and
have-
we hope he moves up in later weeks.
Didn't have the impact. Honestly, dude, I'm down to just ego put this one here. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, missed me with that one. Torch and play was Nelxo. I want to put Nelly low, man. That guy did not do anything in our game.
Hey, put him then.
Well, I mean, I gotta put Adora first because Adora did not do anything either in their game. Okay, so the people we gotta put in is Adora. We have TT12 in. Adora, Arrow, and Tangents, in my opinion, are the next three. And I'm just kind of like, what order do we want them in? Personally, I think Tangents is the next one.
Yeah. I think
And
that's
then Adora, and then Arrow, I think is the ordering.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Nick's Fall kind of cooked despite losing, man. So they're towards the top, and they lost to RJ. They kind of cooked.
Rich in chat says, I was shit yesterday, man.
It's true,
Listen,
man.
bro.
That's why you're down, man. That's why you're down.
That's why
bad.
you're down bad. That's why you're down bad.
Down bad on the list, man. I'm sorry to say it, man. I'm sorry to hear it as well.
Exactly. Love you, Rich.
Yeah, I actually think Nyx is maybe actually the fourth best jungler, despite losing against. Yeah, because they lost against the best team. I don't know where they're. Where's their? Is Heart Shower's not on this thing?
No, they are. Very bottom.
Okay, we're gonna fix this right now. Mario Bro made this, and Mario Bro clearly needs some assistance on what colors look like. There we go. That's much
Yay.
better. Holy fuck.
That's actually infinitely better.
That helps me know exactly who we're talking about. And in fact, do we have
for podcast listeners? We changed a really gross color to hyper blue.
Oh, so. Turquoise or no,
better.
a light blue. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it was throwing me off because I'm like, while we're missing a team, where's our light blue?
Yeah.
Wait,
man, they got a lot of people in that roster.
Are they not on this team? Where is that Fiddick?
Is it just a rename of Fiddick?
It must be.
Well, we'll just fix it here. Yeah. Next fall.
Good enough. Yep. Good enough.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Good enough. It's fine.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Next fall is
Moving
Fiddick
on.
W. Thanks.
Thanks.
Nick.
Oh my god.
Thank you, flipping. Oh, bro. Okay.
Thank God, bro. Okay, we can officially change it to.
Woo! It is next fall.
It is next
Burned.
fall. Okay. Who's next? Do you want to put what's their name here?
Let's see, haven't we put it
Nelly.
down yet?
Well, probably Gatto actually is next,
Okay.
and then who are we missing? Proflux Tactical,
Reflux, tactical.
and then Nelly, Fish. Fish has got to be in here somewhere. Fish didn't play the best as well on the Kamazots. Had a decent performance, but again, not like a. I don't know, 15k damage, 4/4 and 8, pretty decent, but like, just not a lot of fighting going on that game.
I don't know if you saw really quick a small interjection, but the super death goat got a new computer.
Is that true?
He's adjusting to playing on keyboard.
Where'd you see this?
It was in one of my notifications.
Is this in our team chat? Oh my gosh, it is.
Oh man,
My goat. This is in Bad News Bears. Oh, it's actually so Jover tonight, man. We just win these. We just win
you
these.
guys didn't know, Super Death Fang, the guy that's in Athens diffing most people, he was playing on a really shitty laptop.
Did you hear Seahos was playing on a Switch for Athens?
Yeah. Seahos was playing on a Switch.
That's
because his PC was
crazy. Okay, for me it's probably
it's wild.
tactical here. Or actually, yeah. it's tactical. Gatto, Fish,
dead. Right.
Kern, Proflux, and then we're missing people.
We're missing Adzi, I believe.
Adzi didn't play. It was Josh.
Who
Remember?
was
They're at the bottom.
Dash? Yep, he's at the bottom. Yep. And then we're missing. Oh shoot, let's see. Do you have Griff already?
Nelxo. We have Nelxo too high. That's what it is.
Got it.
Nelxo goes, I would say, above Gatto, below Fish.
I'm fine with that one.
All right. I'm still waiting for an apology for my war crimes. I'll never apologize for telling my jungler to run at you on cooldown on Chunga. Never.
Yeah,
Never. Because then you're not ganking my lane.
Odin cage.
You're never ganking my lane, and that's fine by me. We are missing one player.
So who are we missing?
Oh, no, we're not missing one player. It's because we have one extra slot over here. My bad.
Oh, yeah. Because, yes. Got it. Because we have Jolliver and D Lizard.
Indeed.
Okay,
There we go. There we go. That's better. So, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So, yeah, 16 players.
Nice. Awesome.
Okay. That's jungle done. Remove.
Woo!
Woohoo! Woo!
All right, next. Supports.
Oh, the best list, man. Woo! Honestly, once again, unfortunately, it's not close who's at the top. It's this guy.
Yeah, flipping ninjas, looking nice, looking
Kind
pretty hot.
of carried his team, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Hey, listen. Someone check that guy's like PC. He might have cheats on it. I don't know. So, but he played phenomenally. I think it's no wonder why he's the top. I don't think anyone's really going to disagree with that.
Yeah, and then surely not. I don't know, man. A lot of these supports kind of suck, man.
Dude,
these guys kind of suck.
Surely we just we put the people at the bottom that were building Thebes. Like if you built Thebes, you automatically.
Oh, true. Or prophetic, man.
Yeah, or prophetic. Yeah, if you're going prophetic or Thebes first item, you're bottom, and we like highlight you and be like, you're building bad.
Damn, bro. Honestly, might be spitting. Okay, prophetic is at the bottom. Let's be real. And then
100%. Like his Thebes is still okay.
Okay, RBB. Okay, but here's the thing. RBB built Gauntlet, but then he built Arc Druid. So he's kind of on. He's working on it, man. He's working on it.
Yeah, somewhat a knower, maybe.
River built Remail. Hunter built. Oh, Hunter's at the bottom, bro.
What Hunter build, bro?
Just look, man. Hunter's at the bottom for me.
Ah, gross. Disgusting.
It's actually so gross. I think there's he actually goes to 17th because I do believe there are 2 different supports for Kitsune. Yeah, they started with Lord Lud and then went to Aiden.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Hunter's at the bottom for me for that build, man.
Yeah.
Pretty unlucky. You got physics. Okay, build. Joshi Poo towards the bottom, man. Trillville is probably next for me with this build.
I was not impressed by Trillville.
Well, look at this build. Why are you building regrowth on Afro support? Oh, yeah, it's got to be Trillville, man.
Nah, dude. Regrowth can be tech if you don't insta-die in lane. But I'm pretty sure he was already dead by the time he built that item, so...
Oh, he's got 7 deaths to boot, so surely, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm pretty sure he died before he even built it, so...
Let's see. We got C-Spades building. C-Spades building the... C-Spades. Come on, man. Why you gotta do this to yourself, man?
Like, just go like Male Renewal or Arc Druids first. Like, just kill people.
Do we agree? Die. Do we agree the Gauntlet goes above the Prophetic? I think we're in.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
That's completely fine.
Yeah. Okay. So we got some Gauntlet builders, I think, to deal with next. Okay. Then we actually got to start analyzing when they build Gauntlet, man. So what are we looking at here, man? What are we looking at here? We got to deal with RBB. I think RBB kind of knows ball with the Archdruids though. Roman went Sentinels, Gauntlet. I'm desperately scrolling trying to find an answer here.
Yeah, I feel you.
I think I'm might. Also looking here. Oh, Ankh actually has the items, man. Ankh knows, man. Ankh still lost, but Ankh knows.
It's true.
I might put Ankh down here though, because I think Ankh has not impressed me so far since playing.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
The scrims did not impress, and then the the games have not impressed.
The performance in Golden Apple obviously weren't impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're looking at Ankh. And then I think it's
RBB.
I don't know, man. I'm looking. I'm searching. I'm scrolling these match reports.
Let me see. What about La Jungla's support?
0. What's the build
Yeah.
here? Yeah, probably the Runeforge second on a Horus. I mean, I think it's fine, but
Yeah.
like, not the biggest fan of it.
Yeah, you die. You die a lot.
Just that you just die.
Yeah,
That's not your job, man. Your job is to just be tanky and unkillable on
True.
that character and build CDR.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Is physics
see.
next, man? Nah,
Could be.
2 and 10 on the bucket.
Could be.
It's not the best.
Could be.
It might be RBB next. I think it's RBB next.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not against putting RBB, and then maybe physics after.
Physics got first runner, right? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put physics next.
Yeah, physics can go next.
And then who we put next? I mean, I'm down to put mechs at the top here, by the way, like that.
Yep, I think that's fair.
Okay. And then
If you didn't want to do that, you could put let me think. You could put Enraged Moose 4 above Mech's American Moose and have it be a battle of the Mooses, the battle of the Meese.
Moose didn't play, so I will not be doing that.
Oh, who was it? It
was Bugle Wizard.
Oh.
Yeah. Bugle played. And then
Yeah, Mech's is second then.
Yeah. I'm glad we've clarified this and sorted this issue.
I'm like, never mind. Mech's is second is fine. So.
Bugle might be third unless it's. I think Owen Diff might be next down here, man. Owen Diff continues to unimpress me as a leader in the comms. Clearly just got ran at. All his carries got ran at. Yeah, unless I'm missing someone. Oh, Roman. Roman's got to be lower.
Under physics maybe, or maybe under RBB.
I mean, he's playing Ganesh. I don't know.
Yeah, but that character's boring. It's Hunk Shoe. I mean, honestly, he can go anywhere in the middle section, and it wouldn't change it.
This is true. This is true. I'll put Roman under. No, I'll put Roman right here, I think.
Yeah,
and
I think that's
then-
okay.
Who we need now? We need Lord Lud. We got to get the Lord Lud and Aiden in here somewhere.
I think they're actually really comparable.
I think
honestly.
you want to just do like this, and then want to do
Just
like
back to back.
this, and then you want to do this.
Oh, and above them. Yep.
This.
Then
I'm
River.
missing the support here. Who? Oh no, we have it. It was Hunter. Never mind. I lied.
Yep.
River. Cruz might be too high.
Ooh, yeah, Joshipu.
Yeah, I think Joshi might maybe go under River. Yeah, I think
Under
those-
River. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, word.
Yeah, kind of like that. Boom. And then we need Benson. Benson can go here. Oh, I did
Yeah,
something
Benson.
wrong.
Vincent can go pretty high. I think he played really good.
I think it's like that. Is that better? Yeah, it is. Benson can go here, and then who are we missing? Bugle, I guess.
Yep.
Did Benson play really well into us? I mean, he played fine. He played the
He
Yemo a
made
lot better.
space.
Oh, he went
Yeah.
prophetic first and heroism. Hold on a second here.
Wait, down.
Let's have a conversation here for a second. And,
Wait.
Where?
Maybe-
How far
maybe-
down, man? How far down? Are we
Okay,
going?
River's definitely above him. Josh Fu is above him because the Bills are garbage. Let's see. Under the Kitsune supports above Roman, maybe?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Okay, word.
Oh,
Oh, it's all EC Benson.
yeah. That build.
The whole
just-
tier list.
there we go. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Problem solved.
Word. Okay.
Supports accomplished. There you go.
There we go.
That's 3 out of 5. All right.
Yep.
Surely it's solo next, and that would be the perfect way to end it. Oh, fuck. It's not.
We can just say it.
Listen, man, it's not even close, man. What can I say?
Oh,
Just
the whole
truly
tier
in a
list is
tier of
crazy.
my own, man. What can I say? That's not true.
Oh man.
I don't know. I would put
I think the top 3 are pretty clear. Just not the order.
yeah. Honestly, man, let's just there we go. No, we're not gonna do that.
Gotta put Mario, bro.
Yeah. I mean, he
Yeah.
is towards the bottom. Did not have a good game.
Oh,
Did
no,
not
no, no.
mentally
For
prepare for Golden Apple, I think.
For sure.
Okay.
So
Who do we want to put? I mean, I'm not saying anything. Who do you want to put at the top?
okay, so let's see. Top 3. Well, okay. I think we put Looney number 1 because he didn't
Okay.
win. He won the whole thing.
Okay, that's
So,
fair.
Yep. So
I think personally, I think Looney got carried a little bit, but that's just me.
Looney's team looked really good, but
Yeah,
he did okay in the event for sure. He actually had some really good games.
Yeah, I agree.
And he's definitely a top 3 ADC
For sure.
at least in the event for sure.
For sure. Yeah, I thought Looney played really well.
But there is a war where he loses that finals game, and then the top placement's different. So
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it's hilarious, and I'm just gonna rant a little bit that all these people make their tier lists and say solo kills matter, solo kills matter. This person got soloed. Spiritedbook got soloed by X, Y, and Z player, therefore he's bad. And then suddenly all these new tier lists are coming out. Looney's at the top, and then I'm like, well, what about the solo kill? And everyone's like, no, you said solo kills don't matter. I'm like, all right, fine. If we're gonna go by my rules, let's be consistent. So
true.
yeah, all right.
Yep. No, he did get soloed, but he did end up winning the whole thing, so we'll put him at the top.
That's
I
fair.
think he had a really good event. So
That's fair.
yep. Next, number 2, I think we put a book with spirits in it.
Okay, I respect this.
Again, I'm pretty sure, like the tier list on paper is gonna say that Royal Justice have the best duo lane in the league. I think they had the best duo lane, air quotes, of the event, and even that's debatable.
Yeah, for sure.
But both duo lanes are really, really sick and really, really competitive with each other. So I have no qualms putting both duo lanes side by side, top 1, top 2. So
Hell yeah, I'm down for that. Next up we have, I think Mini. I think it's probably Mini.
it's Mini, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just
definitely
Mini. And then
also look at it. It's lined up the support and the ADC side
there you
by
go,
side.
man. There you go. It's almost like dual lane is carried by how good their support is, man.
You love to see it. Love to see it. So,
Who would have thought this is how it goes?
who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thought that a role like ADC was so reliant on another role being good at the game?
I know, right? That's crazy. Yeah, but I think those
Crazy.
top 3 placements of supports and ADCs are pretty accurate. I think that's fair. So,
That's true. That's true. And then it starts to get a little more wacky. I don't think it's
Mario Bro number 4.
E-
No question about it.
Yeah. I disagree.
Okay. I think starting from the bottom now here though is actually a really good idea.
Okay.
I think the top 3 is really clear, and then working our way up, I think is actually.
Who's at the
probably
bottom for you? I think it might be Sepper.
Sepper
Again,
did not
didn't-
have a great
Didn't get to play really.
event. So Sepper's a sub, by the way.
Yeah.
So like you don't expect great things, like you don't expect like phenomenal things out of a sub like that, but
Yeah.
Sepper just did not have a great game.
Actually,
so.
you know what? You know who goes at the bottom, man? Hot take.
Ooh. Not my Athens go boots and cats.
Boots and cats at the bottom, man. You
Okay,
can't
okay,
tell
okay.
me this guy. You didn't expect good things from this guy on this roster.
I am a firm believer that if Boots and Cats was in Athens, bro, he'd win every game.
I disagree.
But he can't win in any other division.
I think Boots and Cats is at the bottom this week. I think, from what I've heard, based off. I mean, look, he's no longer playing on the team, man. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
yeah,
That's very true.
so I think it's Boots at the bottom, man.
I think Boots and Cats, if he was in Athens, he'd hard carry every roster. He'd hard carry this Manny roster. He'd gap every ADC.
This is a lot of cope that I'm hearing, man.
Not even cope, bro. Boots and Cats the GOAT.
Boots and Cats is the Athens goat, but he's the Sparta chump, if you know what I mean.
True. Trey, you can't be bottom. You didn't get first rounded, so
Trey did not get first
Okay.
rounded, therefore he's not at the bottom.
exactly.
Trey, just get first round next time, and then you can be at the bottom.
Yeah, just get first round the next time, Trey, please.
Yeah, 6.
Okay,
Let's talk about
let's see. I tried. Valid.
Separate next. I think is fair, and then Tova's definitely towards the bottom. Crete's definitely towards the bottom. Like even the game Crete won in, bro didn't have to do a lot on Charybdis. Miko's definitely towards the bottom. Actually, Miko might be next.
I mean, Miko's next.
Is Miko? Wait, is Nico at the very bottom? Do you think?
Maybe. Wait. Okay. Let's put Miko second bottom.
Below Boots and Cat, or above Boots and Cats. So you want to do like this?
Yeah. Because there'll be Boots and Cats, and then the two people that were subs that we no one expected anything out of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair, I suppose.
Like they just expected him to show up and be bodied on the roster. You know what they did? They did that.
True.
So, they did do that.
Cornicle's towards the bottom for me as well. I think Cornicle might be next.
People did not have a great showing.
Yeah,
so.
Everyone was saying Cornicle was going to come in another ADC next to their support, by the way. Everyone was saying Cornicle was going to come in and just pop off, and he did not. And, just did not have a good performance, I think. Yeah, just very unfortunate. Then I think it's something like the Aridi, I would imagine.
I think Aridi can go now.
Aridi, or Wobble, did Wobble just not play? Wobble didn't play, that's right.
Wobble didn't play.
Okay.
Yeah, Miko played for Wobble.
Is it Aridi Mario Bro?
I like that.
Okay. Where does Creekcraft and who's the ADC for this for Food Fighters? Did we put them in?
Creekcraft could go right above Mario Bro.
Hang on. Who's the ADC for Food Fighters? We're missing someone here. Tova. Tova's got a slot in here somewhere.
Oh, that's true.
I think it might be Tova. Where's Tova?
Food Fighters did lose first round.
I think it's probably Tova, and then Aridi, Mario Bro, and then
I think Createcraft next.
Creekcraft, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Still having nightmares about forgetting to ban Medusa? Well, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah,
next, I think it's Trey.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
For the sole fact they forgot to ban Medusa.
True.
So he looked bad.
You have something at 8, right?
I do.
All right, we gotta wrap up here pretty soon. All right, Trey.
Let's light speed. All
right, Trey, 2 IC. Or I would put Trey above 2 IC. Actually, no. 2 IC fine here, I think, actually.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I think that placement's fine.
Is Slime
especially since we know like anyone in the middle can just move up. So
Slime might be too high. Hold on. Actually, no. Slime played pretty well. Actually, let's put Slime here, and then
Slime can go there.
St. Thomas is too high. That's too high. I would put them
under Trey.
Here. Yeah, under Trey.
Yep.
And then we're missing one person. Zar played really well, I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zar looked really good today. Well, yes.
What role's it gonna be?
Whoa, I wonder.
It's actually ADC again. That's crazy. Again. Holy smokes. ADC again.
Whoa.
Yo. Crazy.
The whole tier list. Mario Bro number 1. Oh my gosh, it's
we got solo. Okay, let's lightning round this, and then we got to do teams as well.
Maybe.
I don't know, man. This is a tough one for me at the top.
Yeah, I think the top 3. I think is also pretty consistent. I think you could put. I think you could put Rekka number 1.
I think I'm inclined to agree. Rekka playing on 130 ping all tournament, he played pretty well. So I can't wait to see that guy play well on non-high ping.
On not ping, yeah.
Yeah. And then it's probably Kaisman. I don't think the One Panthers next personally.
Okay.
I think it might just be someone else.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go bottom here as well.
Okay.
Slick actually was the only one with kills in the game. Marm's pretty low. Yoshikira.
That's from Kat said I would still be number 1 in your hearts, right? That's for why you're not playing this season, bro. So
It's true, man.
we do miss you. We do miss you.
Do we just no? Bubba's not at the very bottom, but Bubba is definitely towards the
Nah.
bottom.
I think the real question is, I think, okay, let's just go to the bottom, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be easier. Heavy War Crier. Did Heavy War Crier play for Big Scary Dargans?
No, Adzi played instead. In solo.
Adzi played solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, frick, man.
Adzi was off-rolling.
Is it Slash Face, man? It's probably not.
Slash made it to the second round.
Is it?
It didn't look good in the second round, but at least made it to the second round.
It's just Yoshikira, man. I'm sorry to say it. It is actually Yoshikira.
Yeah.
And then it's probably Marm or it's Slick.
What team is Marm on?
Banshees.
I'm okay with putting Marm second lowest. So
Yeah. And then let's
see. Who's the Feyguard solo?
Slick. Which Slick was the only person with kills on that team, so
Yeah.
I think it's probably Bud.
Bards College. Bud. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I think you probably put
Slick next.
Maybe Slick next, yeah.
As soon as I find it.
And then maybe your local thug Aqua.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep.
And then probably
Let's see. Who's the KWM solo laner?
Bro, I will never understand. Actually, no. Expert was the KWM solo laner, which Expert did not have a very good game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It may look like he did on the scoreline, but like we just fought so little that I think we kind of, once we got to late game again, we just punished Expert for doing Expert things. Eden V is next for me. I think Eden V did not have the best day, I think.
Right.
2-0 on Kakalin, which is great, sure, and then just not the best carry performance in game number 2.
Right.
I feel like we're missing someone. Adzi needs to be in here somewhere.
True. Did Adzi go under Eden V?
Adzi went 11-4 and lost. I don't think it's on him.
Exactly.
But I think I want to make this very clear. If I see Adzi do really well one more time with a KDA by the next tier list time, where we're discussing tier lists and stuff, Adzi has a really good KDAs but still loses games. Adzi's at the bottom for me, man, because you can't tell me that Adzi is a nutty player if he's getting these sick KDAs and still loses, man. Like, these are carry level KDAs.
True.
And then still loses. So I don't know what to tell you, man. I think Starry's next, maybe.
Okay.
Starry.
Yep, long love, Starry the cutie.
And then probably actually Slash might be below Starry.
I think that's true. I actually agree with that.
Okay. Who else are we missing? We're missing.
You have Volk down already.
I don't think Volk played. Volk didn't play. It was
Slick.
Slick played slow.
Slick,
solo.
yeah.
So we need Liz. Forerunner, Double, and that one Panther. I think that one Panther can go here now.
Yeah, I think that one Panther, then maybe Forerunner next.
And then Liz next.
Yeah. I think, you could put Liz 4. And then who are we missing?
We're missing Double, which I don't think Double should be this high.
Agreed. Maybe we put. Ooh.
Hang on. I don't think Liz should be this high too. Where's Forerunner at? Forerunner went 1-7. Forerunner should also be lower. Hang on. I think everyone gets scaled up 1 second.
Yeah.
Forerunner.
Maybe it was just a bad day for solo laners.
Definitely was. And then something like this, and then, or do you want to like? No, these two should go. I guess we really are
Look at our
just
crew
doing
game.
this.
No hate, but did get soloed on Mulan. Ooh.
Wait, who's that?
I was in your chat.
Who said that?
Good question. The name's blurred for me.
Oh.
Okay, wait, I'll find it.
Oh, that one Panther.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah. No, I do think. Hang on. I think we do something like this.
Okay.
And then you can go. Like that? Does that look right?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Quickly do teams.
Yep. Let's go.
Are we the best team? I don't know.
I think.
I don't know, man.
Well, Royal Justice aren't even in your conference, right?
Yeah. No, they're not. But like, still.
Yeah. So you guys are. You guys are the best team in your conference, but
I guess. Okay. So I'll do something like this then. And then I think it's this.
KWM. Okay.
And then. Frick. The rest are so bad, man. Fuck. It's probably Heart Showers next, and then.
You think so?
Yeah, they lost to the number 1 team, and then like they didn't lose as badly.
That's true.
I don't know, man. Like,
Would Kitsune be the next up?
I don't think they are though.
Is it La Hongla? But
It's probably
they
the
lost first round.
It's probably the crew, Fallen
really
Angels, and then
Skogs next.
I think Kitsune was better than Skog, so I'll put Kitsune next. Then who did Luhunga lose to?
They lost to Fallen Angels.
Oh, you just lost that stream, didn't you?
Oh, I did.
Hang on, I got you. There you go. It should be fixed again.
All right.
I accidentally escaped it for a second.
Dude.
And then we got. This has gone on for a while. We gotta wrap this up.
Yep. Wait 1 second. I'll fix this.
Lahungla. Bards. Bards definitely not. Are Bards the worst team?
They definitely could be. Here, wait.
I think it's a toss up between Bards and Food Fighters, man. I'll tell you what, I think Bards are the worst team, and then I think it's Fagard, and then it's Banshees. Wait, no, I'm trolling. Hang on. Food Fighters. Food Fighters or Fagard at the second bottom?
I'm gonna say Fagard second bottom.
Okay, then Food Fighters, and then I just had them. Why did I lose it? Banshees, there it is. Then Banshees. Then Skogs question mark? Or Blood Wardens. Probably Blood Wardens, actually. Skogs. Crew we have. Big Scary Dargans, I guess, can go here. And then...
Right.
Is it Fallen Angels? It's not. Is it Luhungla? It is. Is Luhungla this high? Didn't Skogs beat... Skogs beat Banshees. Luhungla beat who? Luhungla got beat by Fallen Angels. Okay. I think this is pretty accurate. Yes, no? You give the final send-off?
Yeah, I think that's good. I think
Okay.
it's looking pretty good. And I mean, if it moves after week 1, it moves after week 1.
Well, exactly, yeah.
It's a preseason team.
All right, we did it. That took us way too long to do. We need to definitely format that a little better, but that's fine.
It's okay. We'll work out the kinks later.
You got to go, so we'll wrap this up really quickly. Thank you guys so much for listening. You got to be there by 9, though, so they better get a sub for game 2.
Yep.
All right. thank you all for listening. I've been Spiritedbook. This has been Hydra. We've been the Warriors of Albion. Here, let's go back to this main page. We've been the Warriors of Albion Greenroom podcast. If you want to listen to our podcast, you can go to youtube.com/spiritedbook. We'll post all our VODs there. You can see our tier list and all that good stuff. And I'll be posting a lot of more OSL content as things come up and all that. You can listen to us on Spotify, Warriors of Albion Greenroom podcast on Spotify, and soon any other potential podcasting platforms of your choosing. You can listen to us there, support us there. Any final thoughts, Hydra?
Just keep supporting the podcast, and we'll keep you guys updated on like how the seasons are going for all these teams. We'll bring it to you in the most biased, non-biased way possible.
True. That is how we do it here on this podcast. You guys take care. Have a good night, and we'll see you guys next week. I think we've discussed that it's going to be the same time, same place. It's probably going to be Monday around 6 next week. We'll see you guys then for the next episode. Bye.
Bye.